How can, for the coaches that are listening to this, how do you have that conversation? We're not doctors, you are, but how can they have that conversation with a client that just wants to stop immediately because the doctor just spooked?
I think part of it is making it has to be a dialogue. So
Yeah.
you can't, like, the mistake I've made in the past is I have, I hear this scenario of the doc and I get like, I start getting pumped. Oh no, and like this person, maybe they actually have a relationship with that other clinician. And I'm over here just, beating that idea down. And so now this person's confused and stuck in the middle. And that's a really good recipe for that person to just kind of wall up and not listen.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is you've got to ask questions. And like, the direction that you want this conversation to go, but they've almost kind of have to realize it themselves. So people are generally reasonable, but they have to be reminded of the same thing over and over. So forget injury for a second. Just think of athletes. Like every athlete, hard charging athlete even, they know they're not going to set PRs every day, every time they come to the gym. And they know that intuitively. Like if you ask them, I'm like, do you think you're going to set a PR every day for the rest of your life? Like, of course not. Yeah. But what happens when they have a crappy day in the gym? Their life is over.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's just manifested. Here's what I think is happening. We talk about this kind of cycle that they've been on, usually exactly what they've experienced. And I'm like, is that kind of what we have going on? And get them to kind of agree to what's been happening. And then make that connection to, okay, this isn't going to be an on-off thing.